Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the fucking club, Paul.
Yes, sir.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Man Piggy Man with...
Paul Cooper right here. Hello, guys. Today I won this Darkwing Blast banner. That goes for like $200 on eBay. Had some really good matches today, and I piloted some new spice that I created. You know, I always got to bring the spice to the game. But yeah, this is gonna be the first banner for my store that's opening later this year. So if you're ever in the Tennessee area and you come to my store, you see this on the wall. The deck that I used today, play Drytron, right? You know what I'm saying? No bid steals, no Shishu shuffler. I think people side bid steals, right? But I don't know. I got something for that in my side deck. But it was 4 rounds. I think like 20-person tournament. I played against Generator, Dinos. Then it was what was the other two? Generators, Dinos, Dark World, and
That was a good question.
yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
Doesn't help the fact that you're also, what, like 14-0, 15-0?
Yeah, so
between
yeah, so today's Sunday that we're recording this. On Friday, locals was a winning box tournament. I went undefeated 4-0 in the top 8. And then on Saturday we had the locals with 5 rounds. I went 5-0 there. And then today for this banner tournament, I went 4-0 with this list. Yeah, it is just locals, but you know I did play against cash tier, branded, all the meta decks, and so it still shows a lot. And I think that this deck is probably it's definitely tier 1 for sure. So and the last matchup probably just didn't matter anyway. So yeah, shout out to my boy Sim Cali. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to his channel for sure. Coopstar cards coming back soon. I just got to catch up. I've been on vacation basically, so now we're back and playing again. Yeah, so let's get right into the list. I played Drytron, 40 cards, perfect 40. So let's go ahead and go through this. We got 3 alpha, of course, 3 zeta. We definitely got to do the 3 gamma. Some lists probably play 1, some play 2. You play the 3, you need all the names. We play 3 delta. I don't play Pot of Prosperity, and this is why I wouldn't. This card is essentially like this card or this card. Cause this right here searches your monster. This right here searches your spell. This draws your card. So all these are central. Like at 3, I would not. If I'm playing 3 of this, I'm playing 3 of this. If I'm playing 3 of this, I'm playing 3 of this. This right here you can get away from 2 with 2, but you just want the names, especially with like cash tier banishing your deck face down, and just you could get bestialed, and you just want to see this card, and it just helps you extend when you open it. And then the other, we play 3 of the beta, baby. Let's go. This card is crazy. I don't see a single list that plays this card. I don't know why. Okay, so first of all, it's another name, so that's the first thing. And the thing is, it's a hard name, which means it's a monster name. It's not like a spell, one of the once per turn spells that you've add to your deck and you draw 2, and then you can't use it. But since this is a hard monster, a lot of times you can pitch it from your hand for a ritual summon. But also just like another name. So whenever when these cards get ashed or just stopped, then like the combo gets weaker, right? Because then all you have is what these names right here to go. But having this right here is basically just like another monster put on the board, so you can keep on extending your plays whenever these get stopped. And let's say this get ashed or this gets bestial, or shit, ashed and bestial, right? Well, now all you have is this right here makes one of the monster, one of the XYZ. Then now you have a 1 XYZ and then just like 0.5. But having this makes 2 of the mu betas, which is like part of the combo. But also this right here is like for bestials or crow, or if they banish one of your targets in the graveyard, then you can just return it back to your graveyard, right? Also, I believe under D-Shifter, when they D-Shifter you, let's say you go like Alpha Pitch Zeta, then you can go, or Alpha Pitch one of these, right? It doesn't matter. Then you can go this right here, pitch Ben 10, and then you can return whichever one got banished, you can return it to the graveyard. So essentially, it kind of helps you play through shifters just a little bit better. So this card, I play at 3 always. I tried it at 1, and you just want 3 of it, right? Especially when cash tier is banishing your deck. You don't want just your single one to get banished, so you play in 3. But like I said, you need names, all names possible. So 15 main names. We still play in Nova. Bishop is not as popular, but this card it's an extender and also a name. Then we have 3 of those. So we're playing 21 names. Over half my deck is names, because you need to see 2 to play, and you almost kind of need 3. I think the math on 3 is probably like 80% or something like that, or like I'd actually done the math. to see 3 out of 21 cards, but you kind of want to see 3 in case if the first one gets Ash or another one gets Bestial. So yeah, ideally want to open up 3 of those. So 21 names. Then we have 3 Benton, standard, 2 Idleton. There's like a infinite loop combo that I created with the deck, which basically it like loops these Idletons where you keep making you keep making this card right here, right? Which I'm sure you the extra deck, but we keep making this, right? So like loops into this, keeps making this, and so your inboard is typically will be ultimateness with like 5 to 6 fairies, depending on your hand, depending on what happened, if you get stopped or whatever. But if you go uninterrupted, a lot of times you in with 5 to 6 fairies always. Especially about some other new cards in my extra deck I'm gonna show you. But yeah, we can have that, and then we have this because we don't play like Natasha or any of the other bricks like Megaliths or I don't know. We don't play like that ritual skip a turn card or the one that negates monster effects or something like that. Because first of all, that doesn't provide you any follow up, and like that can get stopped real easy, right? So like if they just I don't know Bestial your the one that negates monsters or just anything to it, right? I mean they can DD Crow, they can just impermanent on summon. I mean they can Gambit on summon. But my inboard, you in with this with 6 fairies in hand, 5 to 6 fairies. So summon this. I can negate all your cards, and it doesn't matter what deck you're playing against. And since Labrador is so popular, right, you want to have this with negates, right? You don't want to have you don't put all your resources to bring back the monster that negates all monster effects, right? When they about to set 5 traps, then you usually lose to every trap deck because you have no resources because you're in with like 2 cards in your hand and they have 5 traps set. So this is the best build of Drytron currently that's out, like hands down. That's not just me talking. That's just like proven. Like I've been playing this list for like I created this list a few months ago, but I've been playing it for a while. And this right here, since I don't play like Natasha to links and stuff, this is like the only way that I really can kill. And it's actually needed whenever you're like one name hands. You want to be able to search this so you can like tribute it because it's a machine, so you can like go into Beatrice. So those are all the rituals I play. You don't need any more. I consider playing this card since this card's so broken, but you know we gotta keep it consistent with the 40 cards. Like I said, no Megaliths, all bricks and stuff like that. And then we have 2 Diviner. I was playing 3, but 3 became cloggy. You just want the 2. The third one's come cloggy, and you don't need that many fairies. And the reason why I don't play the 3 because I did put this in, which I think my new list I'm trying to find a way to play 3. This card was just insane because while I'm either looping, recycling the ritual spell, they would, you know, people try to wisen up and negate this. Well, I try to hold this as long as I can to return the ritual spell, but also like this right here allows you to get an like, extra Benton because you can use your ritual spell to summon Benton after you already returned it back from the graveyard and then grab back the ritual spell. So this basically is 2 additional Bentons basically is how I see it. You obviously the first effect searches it, and the second one is you get right back the ritual spell from summoning the Benton in the first place. So that's why I did cut this down to 2 because it was clogging, right? If you draw 2, it doesn't do anything. So I'll probably try to bump this up to 3. I might even cut this for a 3rd one. This card was just crazy. Also, like this card, man, people be like effect relevant and permanence in it all the time. So this right here, if you already have this opening, then you're good to go. So, and then we have the ritual spell. Just play the 1. I know Cashier is running rampant, and you know they can banish like a block card from your deck. So I'm only playing the 1 for right now. I was playing 2, but obviously you don't play 2 as brick. So I'm just trying this out, just that 1, and I'm gonna play more against more Cashier players. But so far they haven't hit this from my deck because usually they only banish like I don't know what, not so many cards from face down. And so we'll see. I just like the 1 though. Then my go on second cards, we have this one right here. This is your Anti-Nibiru card, or just like. Anti-Nibiru usually because people are main decking Nibiru these days, and also this is also for if I've heard of Perfection with 6 fairies in hand, 5 to 6 fairies. This is we use one of them. So just in case if they like people aren't playing Dark Ruler or Droplets, but let's say if they do that, then at least have like some point of interaction, right? With playing a follow up. Maybe with like this set because I do draw in this deck. So main decking this right here. The card is good Cafeteria or any just monsters like. Boards with a bunch of monsters that are branded, you know, they have like they have like Mirror J with 2 of the new fusions, and they have the Bestial with the branded beast. Well, if you activate this, it turns off like 3 or 4 interruptions. Then obviously gets Cashier, stops Cashier, beats any like random like the Vantage Ruler. People playing Drytron Vantage Ruler. I mean, just any like a Winda. I also added because of Winda. And last spice of the week for the day that helped me win this tournament for this banner was Dark Ruler. This card was so crazy today, probably because of like the non-meta decks that I did play. Because against a Dino player, he had a double UTC with Appaloosa for 3 and a Dolka. And I just Dark Ruler to him. The Dark Ruler player had like Hope Harbinger, the Grapha Fusion, and I think something else, and I should Dark Ruler them. The Generator player had like the monster that negates something as a Dark Ruler. So basically, just like definitely just be like all those rogue decks, but also good against Sprite, good against good against Branded, because like I said, they put on Mirror J with the one that could like negate your monster and bounce, and like it just negates all that, right? And any floodgate monsters, and against Cash Tier, ideally when they lock out 3-year zones. Typically, I think that's to my understanding. They can't lock out all 5 before main phase 1. I could be wrong. I haven't played too much against it, but yeah, if you Dark Roller them, you still have 3 zones. You still have 2 zones to play with. That's from my understanding. So I think this is good against Cash Tier as well. But we'll see. I didn't play this yesterday or Friday in tournaments, but I wish I had it, because people just keep putting these negates or just things that are problemsome. A Rise Heart, So if my theory is true, where I at least have at least a zone or 2 zones left, then I can Dark Ruler to a Rise Heart, and then just clean up things from there. So 40 cards right there. We got some tokens, standard tokens. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Chris. Shout out Kyle. Shout out him. All right, so we go to the extra deck. So this extra deck, man, is so spicy. 3 Mu Beta. You need 3 Mu Beta. You need 3 Mu Beta. The first one's gonna get impermanence or veilered or just stopped, right, in whatever way. There's like the new Branded Fusion that can like negate and then I think bounce it. Well, still, you need the third one. Well, actually, like 3 is sort of part of the combo, just depending on if you get interrupted or not. If you get interrupted on your first one, then you kind of want to summon the other 2. But also just good for follow up, right? Because his effect to negate a spell and trap is really good. It's good for follow up. You do want the third one, especially if Cash Tier ripping your extra deck. They can't rip this. What they're gonna do? Rip one of this and leave you 2? So no, they probably will never rip this. But if Cash Tier, like if you only play 2 and they rip 1, then well, you only have 1 left, and that you can't really almost play the game. Then we have the MVP of the weekend. Whoo! 3M7. This card is crazy. So this is how you recycle all your fairies to your hand. You basically just, like I said, you loop the Idotins. That's why this is like. There's also fairy too. That's why you want these. You don't want the megaliths and all them other bricks, right? I'm more for Pain, and then the one that gets monster effect. You want fairies, right? Because it's fairy. You can search these. Searchable. Everything's searchable in this deck's consistency. But this right here is how you just loop them. Add back fairy. Add back Benton, and usually you diviner. So this is minimum 3 fairies right here, right? And then your 4th fairy comes from this right here. It's the new Dino card. This right here on their draw phase. Also, that helps you play against around Lava Golem, right? So my inboard, I was in with this right here with 5 or 6 fairies in hand, because 4 comes from here, and then I draw 1 off the Delta. I'm drawing 2. I'm drawing 2 off this one, and I have 3 other cards in my hand from Alpha Zeta if I'm open Alpha Zeta. So I usually have like 5 or 6 fairies in hand, right? So that's where 40s come. But my inboard I end with is just this and this, and so draw phase, tribute, grab my 4th fairy. And then play around Lava Golem. I've had multiple opponents tell me this weekend that if I didn't use this in the draw phase, then it would just would Lava Golem me to sleep. And then but instead, their Lava Golem, they had to scoop because they saw 4 fairies that I had, and a lot of times you don't want to reveal your deck when your opponent has 4 negates on the board, and you don't know what the other 3 cards, because I aim with 6 cards in my hand always. So I got 7 cards in my hand, 4 being fairies minimum, right? So yeah. So that's the 4 fairies. So these are all mandatory, standard. Well, not standard, mandatory. Then for the rest, we have the Beatrice. It's just an extra name. Also can send like this right here to graveyard. So I just have basically a searcher, basically.
Use Diviner. Send the guy that should probably be showing up level 6. You have 2 level 6s on board.
It basically helps you just start this, go into this, because Diviner send the Herald of Perfection or Herald of Arc Light, and to make the level 6, then you summon your Idotin and Diviner for this, and then you link into your cross sheep. The cross sheep is very important for the combo, because while you're searching for your fairies that you need, like Idotin or Herald of Perfection, you want to summon this and use the effect, because then it draws you 2 random cards, and you can discard like the Perfection and the other second Idotin, which is like basically just free value, and you put these in the graveyard so that when you do finally summon this or the second Idotin, you're not summoning it from hand, you're summoning it from your grave. But basically, since you drew 2, you're basically drawing 2 free cards. So cross sheep is very important for the combo and just for the deck in general. Then we have the Zeus package. I thought about cutting Downer, but this card just kept coming up. I mean, just Downer, Zeus, just 2 materials. You want to keep that. Then we have the Anima. Anima is definitely 1,000% better than Link Rubo, because you could like steal a monster, so that was key. I don't play lava golem, but if I did, I could play like lava golem their board and then like take the lava golem. And people would just be messing up and putting this card in the wrong zone. So usually like activate Nova, summon this, and take their monster that was in the wrong zone. So this right here came up a lot. It came up a few times this weekend where I stole actually in the gate, or stole something that could interrupt me. Then we have just this card right here. It's just second target for Diviner. Then we have one extra card that I'm just hold off on.
All
showing.
super special secret text.
I got one card I'm gonna hold off on. It did come in clutch this weekend, but I just want to keep it under wraps because I am going to the YCS in Cali if I'm still playing this, but or just regionals, right? I mean, I don't want you to know what this is. I want to use it on you, and then you can tell people, right?
I think in that instance, we might keep the side deck a little secret.
Yeah, it's a few different things, but I can show you. I can help out my folks. So whenever I go first, I sign in. Regardless if I saw Bestials or not, you should be having them in your side deck, right? They're really good. But also, I mean, just a pretty decent card. You might have DD Crow or something like that. And Bell just hits every deck. You could Bell any of the branded cards. Yeah, Bell any branded card. Bell Brandon in red. You can Bell Cashier Burb. You can Bell just there's a lot of different cards. So even if I'm at this end when I go first, it's still gonna hit something on your turn, right? So it's still an interruption, but mainly just to stop DD Crow and Bestial because them cards do hurt, and because they do hurt. Well, if you do Bestial me or Ash me or whatever, Valor, Gamma me, then I can like draw two if I already have like the combo, or I can just rip your hand. So these are 6 cards that I side in. I usually take out the board breakers that you saw. So and also I do put in Call by the Grave just for like people side deck, mainly for draw. For people side deck draw. Or still can hit Ash, I still can hit random stuff, Valor, or I can just set it as another interruption a lot of times. So I slot these in second, I'm going first every time. So these are my going first cards. I don't do like any floodgates or any like Griffin combos to set like D barrier or something like that because I have Herald Ultimatus with like 5 negate 5 fairies in my hand. So yeah. So like I don't need to add these additional bricks into my deck. So it's like a perfect side. I usually side out like either like one of the Diviners from going first, so I can put this in. Then Labyrinth is pretty popular, but also these are just the best cards in the side deck, right? It's just back row cards, evenly. I evenly this Cash Tier player. He ended with the Griffin Rider with the full Cash Tier board with the Rice Heart and Stringer Lie. Draw phase, I had this and Book of Eclipse. After Book of Eclipse, he negated it with the one Griffin Rider and that Enter Battle his whole board away, and he had like 2 sets as well, and all he was left with was just the token. So evenly is just so correct. Even against branded, they don't put up a negate, so you can have like your Mirror Jade with the 2 of the fusions, and your branded Beast, and your branded Lebellion, and probably branding the red set, which they probably will keep, and probably like an Imperm or Super Poly. Well, you just enter battle, you clear all that, which is going to keep your branding the red that pops 2 cards. Okay, well, I mean. Alpha, Zeta, you pop those 2. Well, I got Gamma, I have other things, and you better hope I didn't side in my call bot for your Brandon the Red or Bell. And then last card is it's a mystery as well. It's a card that really came in clutch today that I just want to keep under wraps until further notice, or until I for sure know if I'm taking this to Vegas. I mean to LA.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, YCS LA. So yeah, that's profile. 14-0 with it, very clean. Still like a little work I'm gonna do. I'll make a few changes to make it even better, but it performed really well, and it's been catching everyone off guard since people ain't playing a ton of hand traps. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe.
Mr. Paul Empty Jar Cooper, his banner-winning Drytron deck profile.
Yes, sir. Take one more look at this thing. This thing looks sick. Woo!
That's what's up. He's gonna soon, probably, hopefully, top YCS.
Yes, sir. Win that mug, man. Win it.
Let's go.
Yeah.